Tonight, a COVID outbreak is still ripping through the Milwaukee County Jail and House of Corrections. It's having a serious effect on both inmates and staff. The sources tell us the conditions inside those facilities are dire.
CBS 58's Kristen Barbarisi talked to inmates and their families, and tonight she's given us an inside look along with reaction from Sheriff Ernell Lucas.
Several inmates tell me the same story. They're tired of eating the same meal every day, feeling unclean, and being locked in their cells for up to 23 hours a day. We're not using their real names because they fear retribution. Video from a source inside the Milwaukee County Jail shows garbage piled outside cells. Inmates and staffers tell CBS 58 it's just a glimpse of the dire conditions caused by a COVID-19 outbreak.
This is not even living conditions for a dog.
On January 7th, 417 inmates, nearly half the jail population, were COVID positive, according to the sheriff's office. And inmates and their families say basically everyone is exposed.
If one person in the cell has COVID and the other one's negative, that person's still staying in that cell for a day or two before they move them.
The outbreak hit staff, too. As of January 10th, 30 were positive. Inmates tell CBS 58 they're only let out of their cells for an hour a day and aren't getting basic necessities like soap and clean clothes.
We were using the same blankets for, I think it was almost a total of a month.
And it's the same meal, cold-cut sandwiches for lunch and dinner for weeks.
I done lost 8 pounds already because I haven't been eating this bologna like that.
Multiple people report not getting their prescribed medications. Monday, Sheriff Ernell Lucas addressed the situation. He denied claims that people aren't getting medications every day, but the commander of the jail acknowledged sometimes it is delayed.
Although we do have issues with staffing shortages on the nursing side, we do ensure that med pass is done every day on every shift. There are 3 med passes every day, and at times it is delayed, but the occupants in our care get the medication that they're prescribed every day.
The sheriff says on top of the staff out with COVID, there are 100 open positions at the jail. He says it's hard to fill those jobs because of pay, which is determined at the county level, not by the sheriff's office.
Our low staffing numbers have forced us to restrict occupants' time outside their cells while remaining compliant with state regulations. These situations are far from ideal and outside our control.
Lucas says inmates eat in their cells to slow the spread of COVID, resulting in all the trash.
They have to stack their garbage outside the cell doors for pickup by jail workers, creating yet another cleaning challenge for our already overburdened staff.
As for food and laundry, the sheriff says the House of Corrections is responsible for that, and there's a COVID outbreak over there, too.
In recent weeks, both of these functions have been severely impacted by quarantines, forcing us to seek approval from state correctional regulators to serve packaged meals and to change a 1 per week linen change-out schedule.
One staffer tells CBS 58 they need help, they need bodies. But so far, the sheriff's office says it's not calling in outside help because they are meeting statutory requirements.
What we're referring to are statutory mandates that every occupant in the jail receive at least 1 hour of recreational time, and that welfare checks be conducted on every jail occupant at least once hourly. We have not had to pull in resources from outside jurisdictions, and at no time have we had to reactivate or recall to service any asymptomatic but COVID positive officers.
Inmates say some are protesting conditions, refusing to go back into their cells, and flooding toilets.
We should have been spilling feces and urine all through this joint.
Sheriff Lucas says the flooding happened 188 times in the last 2 weeks.
Toilet flooding requires us to deploy specially trained employees and occupant workers to clean affected areas, creating yet another strain on our short-staffed facility.
But Lucas says things are improving and COVID numbers are declining. As of January 10th, 206 inmates are positive.
Despite these challenges, we have met them with compassion, humanity, and a commitment to ensuring the safety of everyone in our care.
Still not everyone agrees. One person working inside the jail tells CBS 58 it's madness, exhausting, awful.
Please help us. Please understand that's because we locked up for crime don't mean that we're not human.
Inmates tell me just a few days ago they did start receiving some hot meals, the first time since before Christmas. Now, as the sheriff mentioned, there has also been a COVID outbreak over at the House of Corrections, which is a separate facility under different leadership. We're going to have details about the COVID conditions over there coming up on Monday night. Reporting in Milwaukee, Kristen Barbarisi, CBS 58 News.